Hello everybody and welcome back to Golden Drifter, and today we are looking at some shaders. I love my shaders. Shaders are, I don't know, I've always been into shaders, not so much texture packs, but more shaders. I just love how atmospheric and how stunning some of them can look. Obviously, I mean, my computer isn't the best, so I can't run super high quality ones at, you know, insane frame rates, you know, like Mumbo's PC or, you know, a lot of those big game PCs. Obviously, I mean, here, let me, there, those are my PC specs. I'm also playing in, not full screen mode right now, because my computer would absolutely die if I was. And I'm using VSync so it stays consistent. But today we're looking at some shaders, specifically my two personal favorites, okay? Number one, which is pretty much my favorite, these are my go-to, it's hard to tell. These ones I like more, but they are harder to run. These are the BSL shaders, and the other one is Silder's Vibrant Medium. These are my go-to, the only reason why I don't like them, and if you guys have any suggestions on why this would be happening, please do let me know. Yeah. I don't know. Something. If you guys have any suggestions on how to fix this, please do let me know down in the comments below, because I don't know what's happening here. But with BSL, they do tend to work fine. I mean, my FPS isn't looking, you know, fantastic over there. But, you know, it's okay, and if I turned off VSync, by the way, these are my, settings right now. I'm not playing on the best settings in the world, but, like I said, my PC isn't the best. Anyways, you can see, you know, my FPS isn't doing, well, it's not doing bad, but then again, I am playing on extremely low settings, and in, like, super low resolution. As you can see, my computer is pretty slow to handle them, but these are incredible looking. So that's what we're going to be doing today. By the way, I do have a video coming out here pretty soon. I do have a video coming out on the 16th with some shaders in it, so do be looking out for that. But I'm going to be showing you some of the things that I like about this, specifically these two shaders. So number one, the performance. I know ones like CSUS and some of those other ones, they're absolutely stunning. If my computer could handle them, I definitely would be using them. But these two right here for low-ish end shaders, these are the best in my opinion. They seem to have, you know, the best lighting. They have quite a few really good features going with them. Now, obviously, this is not what they look like out of the box. I have done quite a bit to the settings. It would take an hour to just explain them all to you, but I've done a lot with them, and I think they're turning out really quite nice. Now, this is just my little testing world that I have just to, you know, test shaders and texture packs. So I don't play with texture packs all that often, but that's because any nice ones are like, well, they'll kill your computer. Anyways, I mean, these, you know, I think they look really nice. They definitely have some pretty stunning water as well, and some pretty nice looking shadows, as you can see there by the colored lighting. But, you know, you can see we have some pretty nice looking water. I mean, obviously, these are the more high quality of the two, if that makes any sense. Obviously, Silder's are incredible, and we'll get to those in a second. But these are very good looking. So you can see, you know, the water, I like the way that the sun reflects on this more than the Silder's ones, and I like the water texture better. Obviously you can see my FPS isn't the greatest right now, sitting at a good 45 FPS, but they are very good. Another thing I do like about the BSL shaders more is the fact that there is fog to hide the smaller render distance. I mean, obviously it doesn't work the greatest, but it does help hide it a little bit, and I love the look of builds kind of disappearing like that. Like, I love the look of just part of the build starting to come into view. By the way, guys, you know this build. This is one of my favorite houses I've built. Anyways, as well as these, I mean, they look pretty good. I will add a little cinematic, a couple of little cinematics at the end, and another video will be coming out here pretty soon with these. I'm not going to spoil too much, but it is a pretty cool video. But I mean, yeah, these are really, really nice looking shaders. They're not the warmest of lighting. I'm sure I could fix that somehow, but, you know, I haven't. I do, personally speaking, I like warm lighting more than white lights and stuff like that. But, yeah, so these are very nice, and for playing in survival mode, these do feel very Minecrafty. They feel very default, other than the, you know, the nice fluffy clouds and stuff like that. I also like the visuals of the sky in BSL a lot more than Sildur's. I don't know why. It's just a personal preference thing, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's enough with the BSL. Let's move on to Sildur's. Now these are great. You can see my FPS is, you know, not struggling at all. I'm still sitting at, you know, around 100 FPS, which is fantastic. It's totally playable, and these are totally, like, I could see playing with these forever. And if it wasn't for the Nether glitch, which for some reason I haven't seen anywhere else on YouTube, and it's only a fairly recent thing for me because they used to work in the Nether beautifully for me. If it weren't for that, they'd be totally playable for me. Now, because of that Nether glitch, I kind of avoid using these shaders just because of the fact that they kind of, I don't know, it really annoys me. If you guys, like I said, if you guys do know any fixes for it, that would be great. Please comment it down in the comment section below. But yeah, these, now I love the underwater texture. Now the above water texture isn't bad at all, but once you go underwater, if we get underwater here, you can see it has the distortion effects from the sunlight, which gives a massive boost to visuals, as well as when water is vertical and you're standing behind it, it looks absolutely incredible. And I do love the way the water fades as you go down. It gets slightly darker as you go down, and the waves at the top, it looks very, very stunning and very, very incredible. Another thing I do like about these is I like the lighting a little bit better with this. It's slightly warmer. It's also slightly more, it's less bright, but it's a little bit more orangey, kind of. It's not like in your face orange, it's just slightly more orange. Right here you can see it's still a very nice warm lighting, but it is, you know, it's still, you could use it in a modern build it just as easily, and it wouldn't look out of place. And I think these are definitely the shaders I use most of the time when I want some nice shaders for playing around with. But they're hardly the easiest to run on your computer ever. I mean, obviously, they're hardly the hardest things to run ever. If my computer can get 90 FPS with these, pretty much any computer could. But the best shaders, in my opinion, for FPS are Chocopic 13 Toaster Edition. These things can run incredibly high FPS. Now, it's not showing it right now, but these things are incredible. And as you can see, walking around the Nether, my FPS is looking way more than okay. Almost 150, sometimes higher, is more than enough frames than you ever could need. But I'm running them with shaders, and these shaders actually do look very good, especially in the Nether. I think these are my favorite shaders in the Nether. I don't know why. Complaints I do have about these is the water. I find it looks very out of place when it comes down to all this. It looks way too blue and saturated. But the reason for that being is that these would be way harder to run if there was actually water reflections. That's pretty much why these shaders run so well, is because these are so, there's no water reflections that the game has to render. So that's a huge contributing factor, and I don't really like the look of it. Another thing is that the torches and lighting is really dark, and there's no real like customization options. I mean, I guess like there's a little bit, but like there's barely any versus something compared to like Sildur's. Like, look at these. These are like there's a ton of these, and these are all tabs that go into more tabs. Like, there's so many of them that you can pretty much make them into anything. There's so many options. And if you're looking for customizable shaders, I would say complementary. Those are incredible because you can like kind of decide what they resemble, so you can make them resemble, you know, BSL or CSys PTGI or all those, and they're incredible. There's so many customization options. Now those are very hard to run, but they're really, really nice. You can even make them look like you're playing with RTX in Bedrock Edition. So yeah, but guys, that is going to do it for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications to never miss another one of my uploads. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.